Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Taiji. Yesterday, I introduced single whip and Xiao Qina, Shuang Wai Shou, and double hands, Shuang Shou, the pushed outside. Alright, so we're going to review those today, and I'm going to pay a bit more attention. We're going to review everything, but I'm going to focus on those. And we're going to pay a bit more attention to both the internal workmanship that goes along with. So I talked about the idea of using the waist and using the lower dantian to drive the movement. We're going to practice some of that today. As well as paying a little bit more attention today to the applications, to the idea behind, to the possibilities that we create through these movements for self-defense. Alright, let's get started with some stretches. Yeah, me and my coffee. Feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees, stand straight. Drop the shoulders, pull up through the crown of the head. Open the arms. Circle to the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Reach out. Roll up through the back. Reach up and out. Bend the knees. Stretch through the waist. You're going to need it today. Bend the knees. Relax through the back. And last time. Elbows drop down. Wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Alright. I talked about just now opening the waist, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. This is cloud hands from Wudang Taiji. Okay? And I'm going to start to my left. You can start to your right so that we're both going the same direction. We're all going the same direction at the same time. Okay? Turn. One. Use the waist. Shift down into the leg. Sink. And turn. Sink and turn. Sink into the leg, turn through it. Two more. Alright. Relax. Half a second. Right foot front, left foot back. Open the leg. Do not push into the knee. Don't push forward into the knee. Push down into the leg. Alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. This opens the hip. Okay, so pushing forward into the knee is going to cause harm to the knee. There are other things that we can do to loosen up the knee. This is not it. We're going to open up the hip so that the leg can move freely from the hip. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, sink, and come on up. And it, just to be clear, it's not that your knee does not do work in this set, it does, but that pushing into the knee is the problem. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Alright. Yesterday I covered, and I'm just review what I covered, then we're going to do the whole set. And remember that in this space we need to back up. And then I'm going to pay a bit more attention to the breathing, to the internal work, and to the potential that we have in these sets, as well as the obvious moves. Okay? So, we're here. Double cloud hands, single cloud hands. Reach out, single whip, double hands to the front, come around, 1, 2, 3. Alright, these were the new sets. Here. Alright. As we go through these sets, we're going to go through the whole thing. As we go through, take it easy. Pay more attention to continuity and how we move through each move, each posture, how we move through each posture, and how it changes to become the next one. The circle that I talked about yesterday, following the circle, find that circle. I'm going to use it in a little bit. Stand straight, feet together. Pull up through the crown of the head. Open the waist. Drop the tailbone. Bend the knees just a little bit. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Relax the breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Salute. Breathe out. Relax the breath. Breathe in. Shift onto the right. Sink. Open left. Breathe out. Relax the breath. Breathe naturally. Pay attention to the connections between and the changes from one to the next. Find the circle. And turn front. Relax. Turn the waist. Turn the waist. Pull the foot back. 1, 2. Pull it off. Nice and easy. Turn the waist. And turn. 1. Use the waist. Single cloud hands. Shift. 1, 2. Extend. Shift. Palm. U. G. On. And turn. Stay there. And 1, 2, 3. Single cloud hands. Get ready for single whip. Sink. Around. Up. Turn again. Out. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Me and my coffee. Alright, so I just got a little message over on the screen that it didn't have any data and it did weird things going. Fingers crossed everything's fine now. Alright. So what we just did with the focus on the connections between each move requires that we understand the movement itself. Okay? You can't connect something that you don't know with something else you don't know, right? You have to, I know this one and I know this one, and now I understand better how they're connected to each other. How one transforms into another. Now, where do I go from here, right? How do I get there? Where do I go? With single whip, we have an extension in 2 directions. Yeah, excuse me. It's early morning and the AC just kicked on, and yeah. Anyway, alright, with single whip we're going in 2 different directions, more or less, at the same time, right? As we step here, sink, come around, and settle, right? If I do that, it's correct. It looks a little bit awkward, and my focus is on this hand and this hand, and how can I turn my shoulders a little bit to do this move. It's not where it comes from. See if I can slow down a little bit. Watch my waist, not my hands. Right here. That turn uses the lower tonkin to drive the waist, that drives the shoulders, that drives the arms, that drives the hands, right? The hips are engaged. Your hips are working for this. So that turn doesn't happen if your hips are closed, right? If I lock my hips, I can't do that. This has to be open. The hips are supported through the through the abs, not on top of the legs. Open the hip. Now you can move. Right? This is equally important for the next move, and I'm going to give this with the breath in just a second. Right? So, here, sink to the outside, my hip. There's a hip. That's Elvis hip, right? Turn, and turn again. This all moves, right? So, 1, 2, 3, up. This should be down. Both hands together. All right. With the breath, and follow me to do this. Single whip and Shuangshou with the breath. Okay. Relax. Now, start with single cloud hands. It's easier. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax the breath. Breathe in one more time. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. Alright, so our breath work, moving slower, has a different composition than if we're moving more quickly. Follow me. Single cloud hands. Single cloud hands again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. How we coordinate the breath and how we coordinate the internal energy matters. Talked about it quite a few times. This idea of turning the waist, using the lower Tantian, the idea behind part of this is to drive the energy through the movement, right? As we do that, we create multitudes of opportunities for good health. So the healthy part of this, I can talk about at length. So opening up any restrictions, getting the blood flowing, making everything work together. That harmony, relaxed motion is very good for heart, stomach, digestive system, lymphatic system. It's good for the whole body. All right, so there are things to pay attention to as we move that will enhance those benefits as well as give us the use of that internal energy through the movement. Okay? Part of it comes from knowing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Single whip slowly. All right? If I don't have any of that sense of flow, the movement will be incomplete. The circle won't be there, right? Lots and lots and lots of circles, and some of them are fairly small. All right? As you set, open to that idea. This hand extends over the knee, knee and elbow line together, hand and foot. Same on the other side. I'm going in both directions here. So one of the things that I need to make sure that I do is to open my back. Okay? The back should be just slightly, not concave, just slightly rounded. Okay? No, don't do this. That's bad. Don't do that. Here, don't do that either. That's a little stiff. Just a little bit. All right? If you're a little bit rounded, it's a much stronger position to hold than if you're straight. If you're round, you can turn. If you're straight, you have to change direction. Okay? I talk about being straight line movement in Shingi class. I'm not doing that today. We want to be rounded just a little bit through the back so that as this extends, there's a nice roundness through the chest as well, so that everything is open and well placed. As we extend, breathe out. So, breathe in, breathe out. Open. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. All right. The breath in is yang. It gives us the expansion to move into the space where we're going, right? Still want to do that with that hand. All right. So, connecting the breath, physical body, physical movement, breath, physical breath, with the chi, the internal energy. So, from the lower Taiji to extend. Connect that also with the Jing, the internal intrinsic energy that we have. So we're going to open the body, open the back, open the breath, open the lower Tantian, and open the energy center, Ming Men and the Jiaji, Yijin, 3 gates in the back. Focus on the connections between each of these movements through the breath, through the physical breath. Feet touch all the way apart, stand straight, bend the knees, and start with cloud hands, single cloud hands, and turn to the left. 1, 2, 3, single whip, pull in, Breathe out open. Sink. Step through. 1, 2, 3. Alright. This last segment. Family jewels. It's not a polite move, right? It's really not. And that's exactly what this is doing as I step through. In reality, that would hurt a lot. Applications are intended for self-defense. The martial aspect of what we practice is part of what we practice. It's not something that is separate, not in the way that I have been taught. Now, the idea that I'm going to think about the scenario I just gave every time that I do this movement is wrong. I don't. There's an opportunity. I could come around and this could connect with a hip. This could connect with the outside of a leg. It could connect with many things. It's possible. The intent behind the posture is clear. My intent in my practice is to focus on how I have to turn my waist in order to execute that movement. Because the skill for that one movement isn't what I want. I want the skill behind it. I want to know how to move into it and how to move out of it so that I can use it at will. Right? That idea that it must be this thing and it has to be that, that has not been my experience with any application in Tai Chi. Right? Single whip has multiple applications. There's a couple of different things that I could be doing here. Right? There's a couple of different things. Opportunity. What's my opportunity? Right? As I step up from here. This is a limited opportunity, but it is a fundamental movement in Tai Chi. It's one of the 13 postures. As I come back around, right, I have multiples of opportunities here. What am I going to, if I could, multiples, all right, come around, same thing. There could be something that I grab hold of here and bring through. Bye. Opportunity. The idea that this one thing must correspond to this other one thing has never been my experience in Tai Chi. This one thing in Tai Chi could be, this whole array of things. Depends on the opportunity. Being ready for that opportunity. That expression when you got to be ready if opportunity knocks, right? Knowing where that opportunity might be, being able to see it, knowing which of the corresponding movements might work with that opportunity, right? And thinking ahead, which ones probably won't work, and how do I get from one to the next? So if the first one doesn't work, what do I do now? All right? What do I do now? That's part of why I mentioned keeping a focus on the connections between the movements today. This is part of what I want to pay attention to. Alright, so do this just a set. Pay attention to how we get from one to another. I'm going to go slow. Find a circle. Feet about shoulder width apart, single cloud hands. Turn to the left. 1, 2, 3. Single width, pull in. Open. Close. Out. Around, up. Open. Close. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, do that again, and I'm going to go real slow. Just this last move, the Shaoqina. Come around. I'm on my right toes. Down. 2, 3. Change feet. Alright? And it's press down, it's not jumpy. Right? Press. Press again. Press again. This idea that we extend the energy in a move requires that we go the other way, right? So if I'm going to extend outward here, if I don't sink and root in to my stance as I extend, if I use energy to do this, if I use physical force to do this, physical force and Jing are not the same thing. Physical force is Jin, Jing, Jinger, Jinner, it's a different character. Jing, internal energy. Fa Jing, Jing Shen, different, it's a different idea. So, physical strength, physical energy, internal strength, all going this way. If I'm not solid and sinking down when I extend, I'm just going to go that way, or I'm going to push myself back to the other side. Heavy bag, floor bag. If I hit the floor bag and I am not solid over my feet, when I strike, I will push myself backward. You could try it. Softly, gently. Don't, right? With these moves, sink, both legs set and down. All right, come around, same thing here, down. This is going up, this going down. Come around, as this goes out, both legs down. %10 of your weight, but it's solid. Okay? Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Yeah. Relax through the upper back. Relax through the hips. Open the waist. Turn. Relax the breath. Nice and easy. Okay. From the let me take it. And from the beginning, pay attention to the circle, pay attention to connections between. Feet together, stand straight. Relax the body. Open the hips, open the shoulders. Relax the breath. Salute. Not too fast, not too slow. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Sink all the way down to the right. Push out the left. Turn. Relax the breath. Open the waist. Nice and easy. Find the circle. And turn. 3 rings around the moon. Circle. Shift. Put it down under you. Hamstring the glute. Shift forward. Elbow. Hold the ball. Forward off. Pull down. Shift back. Forward off. Pull down. Press. And push. Double cloud hands. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And single cloud hands. 1, 2, 3. Over the right, hold the ball. Left, 1, 2. Put it down, 3, 4. Shift back. Forward off. Pull down. Press. Push. And turn. Hold. And turn, 1, 2, 3. Single cloud hands. 1, 2, 3. Reach out. Single whip. Sink. Double hands. Up. And 1, 2, 3. Up. Up and pull in just a little bit. Alright. This set, all of this, it's about halfway there. It's a long form. The first part of the form tends to be a little bit long. The second part is a little bit longer, right? So it's 46 plus the remainder. We have a number of moves from the first part of the forms that are repeated in the second. We have some things that will be new in the second part of the form. Now, I'm saying this because I am looking at future planning. I'm going to finish what we're doing with this class. It's going to take another month or two, so August-ish, something like that. But I'm also looking at what's next. I'm not sure yet. For this class, I'm not sure. It might be part 2 of Wudang Taiji. It might be some additional work on the first part of Wudang Taiji. I might decide to do something else entirely. I'm not sure yet. I do know that August 4th, the first Wednesday of August, my Wednesday class, this time, will change from currently Xingyi, 5 elements, the 5 elements connecting form, and Wudang, 3 basic methods. That's what I'm doing now. So I'll be here tomorrow with that. August 4th, I'm going to introduce straight sword. We'll have about 4 weeks of basic straight sword instruction. What do I do with a straight sword? Basic practice. And then we will start Wudang Taiji sword. That I have on the schedule. I hope you'll be here for it. I will be. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow, maybe.